arrived in Jasper National Park during a cold wave. And so yesterday it was negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit, but today it's even colder. So we are bundled up, but we are very eager to still go out and explore the national park.
Yes. So today we are driving to a number of different little hikes and spots. We're basically gonna warm up in the car, go on a short 5 to 20 minute hike, and then go back to the car. And we're gonna kind of repeat that, and hopefully we can find a moose, because that is top of my list.
Yeah, he's been talking about it all week. I want to see a moose. I want to see a moose.
Yeah.
So for my sake, I also hope that he sees one.
Fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere.
It has only been 5 to 10 minutes. Claire's snot is already freezing to her face. And we are just so cold.
How embarrassing.
So true though.
Really? Is it I need to see it, Jack.
While driving to our next location, we have come across some elk. At least I believe they are elk.
Winter is often seen as the season to recover and rest from all the busyness that inevitably comes in everyday life, and the chilling temperatures today is a good reminder for us to take in the stillness of the season from the warmth of our car. It feels like in the winters we don't feel that pressure to go, go, go when we travel because it's cold outside, so there's good reason to slow down. And our winter trips have been some of our favorite because they are all about going with the flow and taking it easy. There's no guilt in not doing a hike and taking a long drive instead, because there's no expectation to go out and enjoy the warm weather. And because of that, winter feels like a very forgiving and nurturing season. Driving far out in the wilderness feels a lot like driving through a scene in a storybook, where you might imagine that trees are whispering tales of old times or animals are peeking out at you from their homes. It's one of those experiences that you can do over and over again, and it's never the same each time around. And that really is why scenic drives are so special to us.
Back to the car. So quick little pit stop in order to get an amazing shot of the mountains and the trees around us. Yeah. Also, our car looks like it's straight out of a commercial.
It does.
It's just glowing. And I've never been so grateful just to be able to park and do what we're doing.
Yeah, there's literally no one out on the roads today because it is so cold. I'm even surprised that we're even out on the roads. But because it is so empty, you really feel like you're completely immersed in nature.
Yeah, just listen.
What do you hear? Nothing.
Literally nothing.
It is so quiet.
Where are the moose though?
Yeah, we haven't seen any moose yet, but we've seen so many elk. They're just out everywhere today.
Come here, moose, moose, moose.
Moosey, moosey. because the current weather conditions outside are just so hazardous and frigid. We aren't able to see as much of Jasper National Park as we had hoped, but as we always do when things don't go as planned, we make the best of it. And I think we have hit the limit on our outdoor time for today, just because it is just a little too painful. So we're gonna kind of bundle up and just go and enjoy some good food for the rest of the evening. So we're gonna first head back to a restaurant that we went to last night because we loved it so much. All the food was amazing, and so it kind of is our last chance to eat there. So we're going to pull up to the Raven Bistro for another night. I love all the chimneys. They look so cute. I'll be talking about this because Chad's too embarrassed to share that he got the red velvet hot cocoa. And honestly, when we both saw it, we've never seen anything like it before. So we're gonna give it a taste, but it does look very, very extravagant. Ooh, isn't the whole thing like that red velvet is basically just chocolate? But for some reason, maybe it's just psychological, when I'm told like, oh, this is red velvet hot chocolate, I'm like, yeah, that's red velvet.
Oh, it has cherry.
Oh, really?
There's cherry in it, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know the cherry part. Interesting.
Yeah.
Right now is their happy hour, so we decided to get a shareable plate, and we got the baked brie. It looks like it has some delicious garlic bread. There's some pickled grapes, which I have never had or heard of, and then it's also topped with some beautiful maple candied pecans. So let's get this cheesy goodness inside of us. Just such warm flavors after such a cold day outside. I need to try one of these grapes. That is so weird. But it's so good. It's kind of like a grape mixed with a pickle with like a tiny hint of onion. This is quite possibly my very last taste of Alberta beef. So, with a grateful soul, I take my bite. Oh my god, that's so good. Oh, we are both so full, but I do think we saved just enough room for dessert. And here in Canada, there is this touristy dessert chain called Beaver Tails. And we're gonna go and get our little sweet tooth on. And it is our last chance, so.
Beaver Tails.
Yay, Beaver Tails.
No! They closed early. We were chanting, Beaver Tails, Beaver Tails. And we pull up with nothing but sadness. Next time, guys, next time. Or tomorrow.
Is there no other beaver tail? Alas, no beaver tails tonight, but we're gonna try again tomorrow morning because we are very determined to get some on this trip. But now we're gonna go and do what we did last night. So if you actually missed our last video, we were doing a reverse polar plunge. So basically we're gonna be running through really cold weather and then going into a hot tub. So that's why we call it like the reverse polar plunge. But I'm really excited because we did have a lot of fun doing it last night. Tonight we're dealing with negative 29 degrees Fahrenheit for our reverse polar plunge.
Wow, let's do it.
Let's go. Oh my gosh, how delightful. Wow, Chad made himself tea.
I feel like the tea is gonna be cold in like 10 seconds.
Oh, it feels so good.
Well, today is sadly our final day in Jasper, and tomorrow we'll be driving over like 5.5 hours all the way back to Calgary. So I think we're gonna head back inside, get some sleep, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good morning. It is another snowy, magical, and frigid day here in Alberta, and we are heading back south towards Calgary to sadly wrap up our 11-day road trip here in Canada. And we are taking the Icefields Parkway, which is the famous scenic drive that connects Jasper National Park to Banff National Park. It's essentially a double-lane highway that winds through the Canadian Rockies, giving you views of dazzling ice fields and towering peaks straight from your car. So it is nothing short of beautiful and magnificent out here, and it's no wonder why this route is rated one of the top drives in the entire world. So if you come to Alberta, you've got to do it.
For the past 2.5 hours, we have been driving on one of the most beautiful scenic drives ever, and I've been listening to an audiobook called I'm Glad My Mom Died. It's by Jeanette McCurdy, and she's actually famous from the show iCarly, and it has been a very interesting read. I've really enjoyed this book, and it's honestly been making the drive fly by. I always love audiobooks on drives, but we're about 1 hour away from our Beaver Tails over in Banff, so we're just gonna keep driving.
We have just made it back to Banff. It is still really cold outside, but we will get these beaver tails. I think it's right ahead.
We've been trying our very best to get beaver tails on this entire trip, and of course, on the last day, we finally have it here. So, if you didn't know, beavers are the national animal of Canada, and beaver tails has been around since 1978, and they've kind of made these little pastries to honor the furry creatures. And as you can see, it's kind of in the shape of a beaver tail, so it's kind of long and flat, and they essentially are little donuts that have all sorts of toppings as well as cinnamon and sugar. So we decided to get the Banana Rama, which has Nutella and banana on it, and Chad has been saying that he wants this exact one for like a whole week now. So I'm so happy that he finally gets to quench his craving, I guess you could say.
Yes.
All right, let's give it a Over 5.5 hours later, we finally made it back to Calgary, and I do think that was one of the wildest drives we've ever done because it was just snowing like crazy. Chad did a fantastic job. We only slid a little bit once. I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, the car started to slide into the snow, and then another car passed us. Oh, it was hectic, but
yeah,
we survived.
Yeah, And now we are heading off to our final meal here in Canada. So a couple of days ago, we received a gift card from someone who lives here in Calgary, and she gave us a gift card to this group that owns a lot of the different restaurants here in the city. And so we kind of got to choose which one we wanted to go to. We ended up deciding to go with Lulu Bar, and we have parked just around the corner, so we have to walk through this blizzard, at least that's what it feels like to us, to get there. So one little hike through the snow, and then we're gonna enjoy some really good food. The champion driver of the day.
Driver.
I will say, one of Chad's many talents is actually driving. He's very, very good at it.
Oh, thank you. You could be a race car driver.
Yeah, I always told him, like, he would be so good at ballet. Like, he would never crash into anything. Keep every car unharmed.
Thank you, Claire.
everything that we had tonight was such a unique fusion of different cuisines around the world, and it was also just so beautifully plated. So every single thing that came out felt like a work of art. And so if you are looking for a place with a lot of culinary creativity, then you should definitely check out Lulu Bar when you come to Calgary. But we are now back out in the freezing cold. We're walking to our car.
Oh, so full, so warm,
Yeah.
so content. This trip has flown by.
It really has. It feels like it was so fast, but also so slow at the same time.
Our windshield is covered with snow already. So one thing we have not shown in our video is this wonderful Toyota RAV4 that has done us so well. We're now loaded up on the trolley. We're gonna go to our hotel. Bye bye. It's like we're in Harry Potter.
Thank you all so much for joining us here in Canada. Tomorrow we'll be flying back home, so you can expect some US videos coming out next. But hit subscribe if you like to watch us go to 50 countries around the world. And with all of that said, we'll see you guys next time. Bye!